you can imagine, I hope, how they feel now that they did something special like that. And, we really wanted to get rid of the AFC West thing. We haven't won in a while, and so we're 1-0. So that was somewhat of an accomplishment in that regard. It's been a long haul. I thought that we played. It was a really tight game, both sides. It was a defensive game to kind of hang on to and see what was going to happen there at the end. It wound up going through the whole gamut of the game, and defenses had to come through. And our guys had sudden changes, and they did it a number of times again. When we were backed up, we had the fumble off the kickoff return, and I mean there was just a number of really difficult situations that we're in, and the guys never wavered. They just kept battling, and came through and got a win to end the season on a good note. We can't not talk about the kicker. What a great day, man. And the kickoff too, he had just a freaking great day, and to hit 60 yards, and with plenty of room to spare is what I was told, huh? It was pretty cool. So a lot of really good things. It was really positive. We had a lot of fun in the locker room finally.
Pete, I know this has been a trying year. Would you like to come back next year? And do you expect to be back?
Sure, of course, I would.
On that note,
that's the question to start with.
Real quick, Pete, just on that note, there have been some reports that you're considering retirement or walking away. Are those accurate?
No, nobody's talking to me about that.
Okay.
I haven't said a word to anybody.
Hi, Pete. Oh, here on the right. You had mentioned the other day that you said it's opportunity time. There are a few guys, especially the rookie DTs, that made some plays today. Can you just talk about the guys who seized their opportunities today?
Yeah, I thought Charles did a pretty nice job. He played a lot, and that was good on the offensive side. The big guys up front did a nice job. Everybody on the team played today. I think that was a goal, to get everybody on the field, be part of this game. So, I mean, I have to look at the film to really, really comment on individual guys' plays. But I thought there was some guys, in a sense, Tyreek had a big chance today, with Max not playing. And he and Malcolm, I thought they brought a lot of heat. Malcolm had some really good rushes. But Tyreek gets the 2 big sacks and one for a safety. It was fantastic. I think we had 8 sacks today, which is huge. It's a huge accomplishment. And in a tight game, you need plays like that. I think we wound up in the plus, did we not? Yeah. See, when you plus one, you win almost 80% of the time. And that's something that's really key to us, the way we try to play it. What else?
Talk about the defensive line. Like you said, the season high 8 sacks. Tonka Hemingway had a couple of sacks as well. What does it say about the defensive line today to have that kind of effort, especially without Max Crosby?
Yeah, well, they came through, and made big plays. And the sack that Tyree has on the safety was just a perfect freaking sack, and it happens to be for points too as well. But the heat was there, and we had a chance. And the running game, I don't even know what they got on the ground today, but we felt like we were in control of that, so we could cut our guys loose. And Pat and Robbie, got those guys rolling. So it was a nice day for them.
Considering how the season went going into this last week, do you think there was a certain player or players that were able to rally the team and really get your message across, or do you think it was just a collective effort?
I told you that, again, in this final week in preparation, that the guys just practiced their ass off. They came every day and worked hard and competed and had fun and battled. And, we had guys, matching up all the way through the week, and that makes them have to compete. And they did a terrific job of carrying it to the game. And it was a very solid game for us. It wasn't explosive on offense, but it was really solid. And unfortunately, they got a couple balls off us, but no, they got the one pick they got, but the other side of the ball just kept matching it up as well. So it was just a really good all-around game for us.
Pete, obviously, Ashton didn't get 1,000 yards. But
yeah, we were trying. We were on it, man.
But could you assess his rookie year? Because certainly there were a lot of flashes to make you think his future.
Yeah, thanks for asking. Because we need to talk about it. I thought he had a great year. I think he maximized the opportunities that he had. He came through in so many ways. It just shows you the not just the toughness, but the endurance too. He played all year long. He was running fast in practice this week. Sometimes by the last game of the year, guys are really unable to. He was just rock solid. He's such a tough guy. There's a couple really good hits he had carrying the football. He's really physical. These guys know it too. They respect the heck out of him, and they know what he is and who he is, and he just keeps coming back day in and day out being the same guy. Great attitude, great mentality, and really determined to be at his best. You can't ask for anything more than that. And so he already is emerging in this club, and he'll be a long-time leader on this club.
Pete, aside from wins, losses, and injuries, what was the most challenging part of this season?
the most challenging part was to maintain the mentality that we're trying to teach and stand for when you don't have the rewards of the wins. And I don't think I've ever coached as hard as I did this year, and I had to. We had to keep coming back and keep finding ways to keep our mentality together and keep pushing it, practice and preparation when there wasn't anything to show for it. It was fun as hell, and but we were able to carry that mentality through this whole season with so few rewards, and in terms of the games, and so I'm pretty impressed by these guys that they hung, and appreciate the hell out of how they were able to keep coming back and staying with the message and bringing the love for teammates and all the things that we asked them to do, and we were very consistent with that. We just didn't get our wins, so. I imagine when we come back and put it all together again, and we get better, and we have more competition, and the roster gets harder to make, and all that. There's a good foundation of mentality for us to go forward.
Pete, on your left here, we got an extended look at Aiden, at least in a game situation. What did he show you today?
He's very poised. He handled all the situations. He controlled the line of scrimmage with protection checks against a difficult defense. That they did mix it and they came after us. He was really cool. He had a couple good thoughts during the game too. Maybe we could do this or do that. So he was in that mode as well. He wasn't just out there just holding on. He was out there playing. And the big throw he makes to Mike on the seam route, the setup of the field goal. That was a gorgeous, well executed play. And he had to throw it. Mikey had to run it and catch it and finish it. But I think that's as clutch as you can get in the moment. And he came through in a big way.
Thank you, Coach.
Okay.
We're going to bring Aiden and Daniel Carlson in here. Oh, cool.
been a while. Good to see y'all again.
Hi, Daniel. Here to your right. Can you just talk about what was going through your head when you trotted out there to kick that field goal at the end?
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain awareness of the situation, obviously, but for me, I try and treat every kick the same. Go through kind of my pre-kick routine and stuff. But yeah, I mean, obviously it was a longer one. You knew the situation, and fun one to end the season on for sure.
Daniel, obviously this has been a difficult season for everybody involved, but are moments like this, I mean, do you get something at least from a moment like this, especially at the end of it?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, with all the guys in the locker room, coaches, everybody, it's been a tough season, and there's no way around that. But to end it like this, I think it was really cool to, send everybody into off season on a good note, and so it's just a great team win, and just, a fun way. So yeah, it stinks, but that's the way you want to end it for sure.
Daniel, you mentioned it has been a tough year, but you are a captain on this team and very selfless. How hard has it been to be a captain and to keep leading your guys with so much disappointment?
Yeah, I mean, I think everybody put in the hard work. Everybody kept their head down and just worked through the goods, the bad, and I've been fortunate to be here with the Raiders going on 8 years. This is my 8th season here. So, I've seen a lot of highs and lows over that time, just like many other guys. And so, there's just so many great characters and guys that just, are willing to put in the work, great leaders that are willing to, sometimes say the right things that if they need to, but more guys that are just willing to do the right thing constantly.
Again, right over here. So you mentioned you go out there and you go through your motions of you're just going out there to make this kick.
Yeah.
Does it ever enter your mind in a difficult year like as you had this year that even after 8 years, you like that there's something to prove out there?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think about that too much, at least during the moment. For me, it's just about swinging the same swing every time. No matter the highs or lows or what the situation may be, whether it's 1 point, 3 points, every point adds up. And so I try and do that. I'm human, obviously. You are aware of the situations, the emotions, but I'm trying to stay, even keel. And, for me, I'm just very grateful I get to do this for a living. And, I had no idea I'd be, I'm just a failed soccer player that just happened to turn into a football player, basically. So God has just been very gracious with my life and my journey. And I'm just super grateful for, 8 years here with the Raiders and getting to end it like that with my teammates and on a great note for coaches, the staff, everybody. It's just an awesome way to end.
Daniel, Pete talked about the most frustrating part was to compete, to practice hard every day. No one gave in, and yet the results weren't there.
Yeah.
Was that the most frustrating part for you as well, to see how hard it worked? But
I mean, I guess it's better that we were putting in all the work and doing the right things and, than not doing that. But, it was tough because the results weren't coming. And, sometimes that's life. And, like I said, I think it's a testament to the character of our coaches and our team that, we just kept putting our heads down. Avoid all the drama and, just got to work. And, I'm a big believer, same with my kicks, it's more about the process than it is the result. That's what you have control over. And so we just, we're trying to keep control over the process, do the right things and, hoping it adds up. And sometimes kick goes in, sometimes it doesn't. But, if you do the process well, it'll go in more than not.
Danielle, obviously, you've been a fixture here, as you mentioned, 8 years. Do you want to make it an extended relationship? I know that, the contract status is a little bit uncertain right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a free agent, and this is, first time I've really been in this situation. So, I mean, me and my family definitely pray about it, and, that's kind of where I'm at. I am extremely thankful for my time as a Raider. And if that continues, that'd be a blessing and great, and we'd love to be here. But we'll see how all those talks go and stuff. But there's no doubt. I'm just so appreciative of this team, the staff, the ownership, everybody that's been, all the players that have been with me through these 8 years. It's been a joy of my life. So we'll see what the Lord has for us, but we're excited for the future.
Daniel, one of the captains of the team, as you mentioned, 8 years here. You've seen a new head coach just about every year. How does that affect you as a player in the locker room in general?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a wild journey at times, a bit of a roller coaster, but, I've got to meet and be coached by so many great people and coaches. Pete Carroll, I mean, it's been unbelievable. And even though things didn't go the way we wanted necessarily all season, just the consistency, the positive attitude, just how much he wanted us to do well and have fun and enjoy the blessing of being in the NFL. And so, get to end a game like that and send him into the offseason like that is pretty cool.
Is it your sense then that the players would like to see the continuity remain with Pete?
Yeah, I mean, that's way above my pay grade, but I mean, obviously, we love Pete, and he's been incredible to work with, and like I said, I've been around a few different coaches, and he's top of the list, and obviously his resume speaks for himself. So we just appreciate him, and it's been a joy playing for him this season.
You talked about how long the season's been and everything you've gone through. In that moment when you kick a game winner like that, is there anything that stands out about any of the teammates that you celebrated with, anything that they said?
I think, just the hugs right after with different teammates and, just all the work that you put in throughout a season, starting in OTAs, going through camp, going through, the highs and lows of the season. It's just so fun to get to celebrate with your teammates and guys that have, kind of been in the bunkers with you for the last however many months. It's just a blessing to get to end on a high note like that. And, it doesn't always end like that necessarily, but I'm very grateful that we got to have some fun at the end.
That's good. Cool.
Awesome. Thank you guys. God bless.
Hey, and tough season for you. How good did that feel to kind of close it out with a win here?
Yeah, it was great. For a lot of reasons, it was great for a lot of guys that have been through a lot this year. And, I've been through a lot, and I'm not the only one. Basically, everyone has. When you lose like this, it wears on, teammates, coaches, families, all of it. So it was great to end with a win.
What's the thought process when you guys get the ball back? No timeouts and not a whole lot of time to play with.
Yeah, I think Pete really did a great job all year. I mean, we did 2-minute in walkthroughs, but we did 2-minute twice a week and the entire year. Talked about every situation you could imagine. And so, when you do that, when you rep it that much, it feels a little more comfortable. It's funny. I think we had last year when we played Kansas City, there was almost the same situation, and it was great to execute it this time. And obviously Daniel to make it like that was awesome.
The big throw to Michael Mayer. Michael's kind of come on these last couple of weeks. It's somebody that really well. How happy are you to see Michael doing those types of things? Yeah,
I mean, I love Mike. Came in together, been through a lot together, all the changes and everything, and so he's worked super hard. He's a great player. I mean, he really, at the end of our rookie year, really came on really strong, and I think it is really a solid player for us, and I think a number one tight end in a lot of places. So I mean, our tight end room is awesome, and Steck does a great job coaching those guys, and yeah, super happy for Mike.
Everyone talks about compete and continuing to work hard no matter what the record was. Is that the frustrating part, to be able to see that on a daily basis and not get the results?
Yeah, I think, we're in a results-based business, and so when you don't have the results, things are hard and there's pressure on you and pressure on the coaches and everybody. And so you try to stay to your process as much as possible and work hard. And again, I thought that Pete did a really good job all year of echoing that. I mean, we worked hard all year, practiced hard all year. And so when the wins don't come, it's hard, but it's, like we said, it's good to end with one.
You guys all set? Thanks, Ed.
Thanks, guys.